Hi guys, I'm back. I just wanted to show you the website where you can find all the beautiful things that Lady Gemologist really makes. This is the shop. Here you see a lot of the items, and I would really like to say thank you for the beautiful necklace. And if you like that too, slip her an email for something, a custom order or something like that. So just have fun with it. All you have to do is put this in your Etsy, Lady Gemologist, and you will find her shop. So thank you for watching. Later.
Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday. Oh, it's not morning anymore. Sorry about that. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of stuff and been mixing up some paints, been doing some answering of the comments online, so it's time sort of got away from me. There's something I do want to show you, one of my bloopers. Yesterday, I did these, as you might remember. Yes, and they are dry. It's not that bad though. I sort of like them. But I'll show you what happened. Because I was a little bit impatient, I put them on a heater, but I thought because I was heating them from below, they wouldn't crack, but they do crack. Let's see. Well, this one is okay a little bit, but here you can see a sort of a crack running up. You know, when you frame it, it's okay though, because it adds to the structure, and you can see that it's really paint and not just the print that's behind it. And same happened here. See that? See those tears you can see in them? But it sort of really is pretty. I can't help it. I really find it pretty. Look at that. That is really pretty. Even with that, you know, in it, because it just shows that it's a real painting and not something that is just printed out. So now you can see the gold. It's coming through. It's really pretty. This one I put on a, ooh, I think I'd like that one this way up. That is pretty. But as you can see, it has these little sort of crevices in it. It does add to it, but just as a sort of a warning, you know, I hear a lot of stuff online. I read a lot of stuff on Facebook. There are a lot of people that have been pouring for a couple of months, and they all of a sudden think they know it all. When they're saying like, oh no, when an acrylic painting is dry, it's dry. Well, people, I promise you it's not the case. Because acrylic paint needs to cure. So even if it's dry to the touch, it's not ready to be varnished. And I know a lot of people can't bring up the patience to let it fully dry before they start varnishing. And depending on what you're mixing it with, sometimes it'll be okay, but a lot of times it won't. And what happens is when you start varnishing it, there might be some sort of a misty, foggy thing going on with your varnish. That's a telltale sign that your paint is not cured, and it's still curing while the varnish is dry, but it has sort of sealed off the capability of the acrylics to cure, so that reacts with your varnish layer, and that makes it, well, kind of ugly. Hate to tell it to you, but that it does make it look ugly, makes your painting not look nice at all. And that's just what I'd like to warn you guys for. So what I'm going to do now is do a couple of more of these squishes, because let's see, that's perfect, because that's what I'm going to do right now. And this time I'm not going to dry them on a heat source. That is perfect. This one, little on the thick side. I'd like to also, these bottles, you can buy them online on eBay or Amazon. They are really worth the money. It's so easy to just squirt in a tiny, tiny little bit of water just to make everything a little bit better. And I usually did that with a one of those bottles that I put the dimethicone in these. That works also, but they empty really fast when you're making a lot of paint. And this bottle here has 500 milliliters of water, so that really helps. You don't have to walk to the tap that much. So let's see if we got the thickness right. Yeah, that looks better. Got a little paint here and there. Okay, let's do some swiping. Now, someone said, why don't you swipe the whole thing? Well, yeah, I know, but why? Because I'm only using a little bit, and if you're going to swipe the whole thing, it's just, you know, messy because it's just paper, and really you don't need to. Usually when I do these, I try to use them for pendants or small things, you know, where I can work with a punch or something like that, or put it under my brother's scan and cut. So that's sort of why I only use the pretty pieces. Let's see here. Put that up here. And we'll just see what happens. I think I'll do it with the palette knife today though. So we're gonna push up, push down, and see what happens. Let's do the this one just one more time because I have it. Oh, and now I know something I forgot. I forgot to put silicone in the rest of it. Yeah. Stuff happens. But it's okay. But everything that I made new has no silicone in it, so that's going to be pretty difficult to get those really beautiful cells. Although this is kind of okay. I'll just put this one aside. Take off the tape. Okay. So this one has no silicone in it. This one doesn't have silicone in it, and that one doesn't have silicone in it. Now it does. There we go. Now everything has silicone in it. I just might want to make this a little thinner because it's the swipe color. Sometimes when you, you know, thin out the swipe color just a little thinner than the rest, it works better. So we'll do that just one more time. And put some of that in the middle. I'd like some of this popping up. That would be really beautiful. So we're going to swipe with this. That's it. Ooh, that looks pretty. There's a lot of colors popping up in this one, and this one reminds me sort of rust and all that kind of stuff, that rusty, and then the turquoise sets it all off. That's kind of cute. Let's see. It would fit, but I think it would fit better if I had a little bit more going on. Let's see. And it's running down. And then see how it sort of bulges a little bit? That makes it just that little bit more interesting. because just the straight lines of cells, sometimes it's nice, but sometimes you just want a little bit of difference. So then you just put it together, pull it out, or just do this, and this will make it sort of move all over the place. I want to keep the bottom clean so I can put them on the table without the paper on it. So just 2 more, and then I'm going to pour a canvas, and I already have the canvas ready, so just bear with me. Or shall I do a new video? Yeah, maybe better. Okay, this time we're gonna put some of the swipe color in there too, and some of that blue that we all like so much. Then a little bit of this, a little bit more, and the orange. And for the people that haven't watched the other videos, this is all Winsor & Newton, and it's all my own, the latest mixture I'm doing. So I haven't really moved on from that, because I find this is really the best mix that I have come up with lately. That's it. This one's a little darker. Kind of like that, especially when the orange pops out. That is kind of cool. There it comes. So we're going to let it move to the center a little bit and then pull it down. There it goes. See it coming down? That does make it prettier. Oops, dripping. Ooh, that is pretty. I like this going up and down here. Let's see if we have enough to cover the... Yes, we do. That is also very pretty. Although I think I would have liked it if the colors were a little bit more defined, but we'll see. Ooh, that makes it even better. Ooh, I like that bit in it. That is really pretty. Let's just get a little brush to pull this down just a little bit, so we get a little bit more wiggle room when we put the frame on, or the mat, whatever we want to call it. Gotta move this paint a little bit more here. That'll work. Okay, now I'm going to try and do one. I'm going to put this in the middle here, and then we're going to swipe with 2 blues just to see the difference. And of course we got to put a little bit of gold in this one. There we go. A little bit more of the sienna. There it is. And we're going to swipe with this color and this color. So we'll clean off the palette knife. Let's see if we can, you know what I want to do? I want to do it with this. Let's see. That's kind of cool. That is really cool, because the orange stayed intact pretty much. Let's see if we can push it together, pull it down a little bit. Let it go a little broader. That is kind of wild. Ooh, that is pretty up here. We don't have enough paint on it. Let's see what we can do. Okay, just want to save this bit up here, so I'm gonna really slowly try and move that into it. That's okay. Just need it a little bit. And now we have more room to wiggle all over the place. Pick out what we really like, so that's going to work out perfectly. Okay guys, this is it. Let me give you a close-up a little bit. There it is. That is beautiful. Now what I'm going to do anyway, because you don't really need the whole paper covered in paint, because I'm going to be cutting it just a little bit bigger than this is, like half a centimeter. Then I'll be gluing that on a cardboard back, and then I'll mount it, and that makes it, you know, perfectly professional. Won't buckle, won't do anything. It'll just be there, and then you can frame it. They all fit in a 8x8 frame, so no problem whatsoever to make something beautiful out of it. Okay guys, I just want to save this little piece of paper. See how that really stays flat because of the plastic. I heard that some people were having troubles with their paper. The thing is really that you need something that is totally waterproof. Otherwise it's going to buckle and do all sorts of stuff. If you can't find that kind of paper, you can always go back to the Yupo, because Yupo does that also. It's 100% waterproof. You will have no problems whatsoever. Okie dokie people, I'll be right back and we'll do a little canvas. And then I'll fix another canvas, and I want to do a push and a pull. I was going to do that yesterday, but that just got away from me. So see you in a bit. Love you all to pieces.